welcome to New For You. It's Kelly, and today you are in my kitchen, and we are making sushi. So this is the video for sushi lovers, fish lovers, and people that like to make things at home. But before we get into that, let's say hey to Gavin. Hey, Gavin.
Hey, Kelly, how's it going? Thanks everyone for joining us today here on another New For You Live.
We are very excited to have you here on Facebook with us live, and we are going into sushi, like I said, which is a blast. So as we get into that, let's head over this way. The most important thing about sushi is that you start with sushi rice. So I've made some sushi rice over here, and here's how it works. You put a cup of rice, you go ahead and make a cup of rice according to the package, and then you are putting in a tablespoon of brown rice vinegar and half a teaspoon of salt, so it gets that nice sort of vinegary mix. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in a skillet because you want to mix it together and heat it up to really get that full effect. You can tell I like rice vinegar because it's almost gone. So this is neat because sushi rice is the key to making sushi. It's not about the fish that goes in it necessarily. It's about how you make the rice. So it's very important that you start with that. Just gonna light it up, let that melt a little bit. And in case you are a huge fan of the California roll, you've probably been told that California rolls are not real sushi. Well, they are, because it's all about the sushi rice. So right in here, you can see that's nice and heated up already. So ready to go in and make my rice. And in case you're joining us today and you haven't been with us before, or you do know New For You but not a lot about us, well, first and foremost, we're a shopping website. So you can get all kinds of really neat curated products over there. And it's run, just pouring this in, it's run by a team of journalists. So we've done a lot of research and found cool products that we really like and we want to share with you. And if you want to look at all of those products, here are cool tips and tricks, you can head over to newforyou.com and sign up for our newsletter, because our newsletter has all of those great things ready for you on our website. So without further ado, we've got our rice ready. I'm gonna dump it into the rice I've already cooked, all mixed up. And we have our rice ready to start our sushi. So the one thing that you might have heard before, again, is that California rolls are not real sushi. Well, they are, because we have our sushi rice. So we're gonna get started with making that, and then later on in the show, I'm gonna make a spicy tuna one, and then we'll get into salmon roll for those of you healthy people out there who are excited about that. Hey Jessie, it's great to see you on there. Hi Christine. I know, I love sushi too. What is your favorite type of sushi? That's something we're wondering. All right, so I'm gonna start off by putting a cup of sushi rice into my sushi bazooka. Now what is this? This is the sushizi. I'll show you the box right here. This is what it is, or sushizi, excuse me. It's about making sushi easily. So this box is gonna let you make that sushi way easier than the traditional way because it sort of compacts it in there and pushes it out. So if you look at the little product right here, you can see that it's just a long, thin line, and it comes with this sort of spatula type thing or plunger type thing, and this is what's going to actually make the sushi work. So again, like I said, I'm starting with the rice. Spicy tuna, me too, Jessie. I love spicy tuna, and we are gonna make that today. All right, so as I'm making this rice, the first thing, the sushi, you wanna wet your hands because the rice is really sticky. I'm gonna put half a cup in here on each side. It's really about just getting the rice in there. And this is sticky rice because I did use Japanese short grain sushi rice. And so it's nice and sticky. As we go through there. And if you are a big sushi lover, you might be someone who uses a lot of soy sauce at the end. And you might have been told that soy sauce is key to making sushi taste really good. But in fact, if you are at a nice sushi restaurant, they don't want you to use that much soy sauce because they've already sort of fixed the blend the way that is perfect for that particular type of fish. So that's another myth that you might want busted. All right, so I have my rice in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and push down on the rice itself to put a little spot in there. Now I'm doing this so that I can put space in there for my toppings for my California roll. Now for a California roll, hey Gitu, unagi, yum, the best. All right, so we're starting with that California roll. I'm putting in chunks of imitation crab. I know it's imitation crab, but it is still fish, so that's the most important, right? We got our real fish in there. Just gonna line it up in the holes that I've built in the rice. All right, and put it in there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. It's great to see you on there, Christine and Jesse and Gitu. It's great to have you guys hanging with us. All right, so I'm gonna put in avocado because the second ingredient in a spicy tuna roll, or excuse me, we're not getting to that yet, you can tell what is my most favorite roll. So with this, in our California roll, we've got our avocado in there, and then I'm gonna put in cucumber. It's all about mixing the fresh ingredients with the fish so you're getting the whole combination in there, keeping it nice and moist. You can see the sushi, it's right there. I'm stacking the sushi in, but the coolest thing is yet to come. All right, so we've got that. I'm just gonna wet my hands again because I wanna make sure that my hands are nice and moist as I go in there and make sure I don't stick to anything. So I'm gonna take my plunger right here. That's what I'm gonna call it, the plunger. I know that sounds horrible when you're making sushi, but I mean, how else would you describe the way it looks? I don't know, Gavin, what do you think?
That looks plunger-esque, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna call it the sushi plunger in the sushizi. Okay, so you see this and you might be like, wait, how does that turn into a sushi roll? So I'm gonna put my plunger right into its spot. Right here, you can see that. And then hook it. Now with this, you wanna be really careful that you have space on your countertop, which I did not provide for myself, to let me flip it together. So I'm gonna flip it together. Whee! All right, put it together. I'm gonna close it like that. And then twist the top on right here, like that. Make sure it's nice and locked. All right, we're locked and loaded with our sushizi. I feel like I'm like Charlie's Angels or something, ready to go with my sushi. All right, so I'm going to twist it around like this and make sure it's nice and tight right in there. Because the point is to really compact that sushi, make sure your roll's gonna be nice and clean in there. And it looks like it's getting there. All right, and I'm gonna move my nori in so you can see my nori in the frame. Oh yeah, this is the best part of it. Open it up, and look, take a look before I push it out. You can see that rice is nice and in there with my California roll, nice and compact. And this is all you do. Check this out, you guys. You just push it in, just like that. Line it up with your nori. Whoop, whee. So I didn't compact it quite enough. You can see it falling apart a little bit. But overall, if you take a nice close look at this, you can see that it's nice and round right there. Whoop, as I make it fall apart. And then you just twist it closed. And like any other time you're making sushi, you just wet your fingers and put them along the seaweed, making sure it's nice and wet so that it will close well. Make it just like that. All right. Gitu, I just saw your note. You bet people could think of a few different ways to use this. I think you are not wrong. Oh, that's a great idea too. Gitu just said cookie dough. Do you think it would work with cookie dough? I think it really would, because the cool thing about this is that it just squeezes all of that together and makes it look nice. So we have our California roll. I'm just gonna set it off to the side with my other stash of pre-made California and salmon rolls right here, because we're going to now move into tuna rolls. Oh, but before we get to that, I would love to show you guys a picture really quickly of some Halloween costumes. So Halloween is coming up and maybe you're going, gee, I need something fast and easy that's not gonna be hard to do, that'll be pretty cool. And that can be a Halloween costume. That is Sushi. Check out this adorable family. I found this picture on Pinterest. They've got a little sushi roll there. Mom is dressed up as Sushi with the baby as the salmon. And then Dad is going as soy sauce. How adorable is that? Oh yes, Christine, it is pretty easy to do it. I'm glad that you think it is as well. All right, now we're gonna take a look at this little boy. He is a full-on sushi roll. This is how I roll, is what he's saying. He is sure a cutie, isn't he? I feel like that's a pretty complicated Halloween outfit, though. I don't know how easy that would be if I were to attempt to do something like that. All right, let's take a look at one more. It's another family. Dad is the chef saying, "Me so hungry." And the baby is the salmon roll. Mom is the shoyu, the soy sauce. It's so cute. I love all these little things. So you can see that is an idea if you have Halloween coming up. And I'm just gonna get rid of my extra crab meat and move on to spicy tuna. Hang on one sec, I gotta grab my cutting board. So spicy tuna, that's a very popular one. It's actually the most eaten sushi, or the most ordered sushi in New York City. They just mix it with some crunchy, and it is the most popular. Hang on one sec. I have managed to lose my tuna. Oh, there it is. Don't even worry about it, you guys. It's right there. All right, so we're gonna pull out our tuna, and this is where it comes in handy. When you are making tuna sushi, you want to be able to chop really, really nicely, nice and thin. So you can see I have my nice Hiroshi knife right here, and I'm gonna chop this sushi, mince it up so it's nice and small, just like a sushi chef. Don't I look like one? I'm trying to be today. All right, so we've got our tunas chopped pretty nicely. I'm just gonna keep on chopping so it goes a little bit stronger in there. Nice and small. Minced, you wanna get the texture right on it. There we go. All right, and with a spicy tuna roll, you need really good sashimi grade fish, because that's the most important. You wanna make sure that you have really, really nice fish. And then I have my bowl here. We're going to mix the ahi with, let me put it in the bowl first. We're mixing the ahi with sriracha and green onions. And I like to do a little bit of lemon just because it's raw fish, just to make sure there's some nice little minor bit of cooking on there. I think that's always nice. So I'll move that cutting board away. Add in the sriracha to get that nice spicy tuna happening. Whee! So good. Like it. So spicy tuna is my favorite type of sushi. I love it. All right, adding in the green onions now. Now you wanna keep a few left over for serving, because we wanna make sure that it looks beautiful on the table when someone is having some sushi. All right, and that little drop of lemon, as I said, just to kind of cook the tuna a little bit, but keep it nice and fresh, nice and raw, like the sashimi. I'm gonna clean off, I don't think this is officially how they would do it in a restaurant, but I'm gonna clean off my spoon now and use it right here. Mix up my spicy tuna, and now my meat is ready to rock. And in a spicy tuna roll, you also want to go ahead and make your topping, which is spicy mayo, and I have it right here. And all it is, sriracha, gotta love sriracha, and mayo. That's it. Mix it up. It's supposed to be Japanese mayo, but all that is regular mayonnaise with a little bit of rice vinegar. So you got your nice spicy mayo ready to go in case you like your spicy tuna extra hot. All right, so we're gonna go back to the sushizi, and look at this. So you saw me just make sushi roll. If you're wondering, does it clean really easily? Check it out. There's a teeny bit of rice because I didn't do a very good job on it last time, but that's it. The whole thing, because I pre-oiled it, the whole thing is pretty much clean, other than, like I said, that little bit of rice where I messed up. So I'm just gonna get rid of that rice. Okay, look, already clean, ready for my next roll. So it happens very, very easily. Okay, so first up for our spicy tuna roll, as far as making the roll in our sushizi, we've got it locked and loaded there, ready to go. Wet my hands, make sure those are good for the rice. So we have our sticky rice. And in case you were wondering earlier, you can add sugar to your rice again if you want to make it just a little bit stickier or if you like things a little bit sweeter. I tend to like less sugar, so I don't use it at all. I just put in rice vinegar and salt when I make my sushi rice. So loading it up in the bazooka. It's a very cool way of saying it. Loading up my rice in my bazooka, and I'm going to get it prepped and ready. Now, there's another myth about sushi. You might have heard, or maybe you believe, I did until I learned this, that sushi started in Japan. It didn't. Let's check out this picture of Thailand. In Thailand, that is where the first sushi was started. And it started there because they were trying to find a way to keep the river fish for longer, so they mixed it with salt and rice to really protect that fish and try to keep it for a little bit longer. So it's pretty impressive. Definitely a fun fact that I learned in doing this right here. All right, so we are back to our spicy tuna roll. Just gonna put that nice hole into the rice so there's room for me to put my toppings in there, just like this, right in there. Now, you do want to oil both the pusher outer. I'm gonna call it the pusher outer. You're gonna need to oil that so that it doesn't get stuck to the sticky rice, because we've seen that the rice, it does stick to your fingers, it sticks to everything if you're not ready for that. All right, so I'm going to now add my spicy tuna in there. We let it marinate for a little while, so it should be pretty tasty. You can see that nice texture, just like what you get at the store. And in case you love tuna, but you don't necessarily love rice that much, you can also do what Hawaiians do, and they have poke, which is just the ahi tuna. It's nice sashimi grade ahi tuna with some macadamia nuts, some sesame seeds, and some shoyu, soy sauce, some sesame oil. Oh, you know what I forgot in my tuna? I'm gonna tell you, I missed a step. Sesame oil. All I had to think about was poke, and then I realized I forgot sesame oil. And this isn't technically how you're supposed to do it, but since we didn't have it, I am going to just take some oil and drizzle it on the tuna, because it's about the flavor, right? Tuna's nice and fatty. It's got those good omega-3s in it. It's got that good iron in it, so it doesn't necessarily need the oil. It's just for flavor. So I'll just do it backwards and do it that way. All right, and then we have a little bit more tuna to go in there. Those green onions make it nice and clean. The sriracha is gonna make it nice and spicy, which I love. All right, and then in a nice spicy tuna roll, you want to add cucumber as well. That is up to you. You can just do the tuna itself, but I love cucumber, so I put it everywhere. I put it in everything. My husband and my parents can attest to that. I am a cucumber fiend. All right, so we have a little bit more cucumber, and that is ready to rock in our sushi bazooka. And you know what I forgot this time? Nori. So we have our seaweed, we take it out, and then you're gonna put it shiny side down on your cutting board. Oops, as I pull it apart, there we go. Oh, and in case you're wondering how cleanup is for the sushizi, because you know when you make sushi with bamboo and the clear plastic wrap, it's pretty easy to clean up. But this is even easier because all you gotta do is pop it in the dishwasher and you're ready to rock. That, to me, if I can wash anything in the dishwasher and it just makes it easier, I'm a big fan. All right, so we're looking at the sushizi again. Let's come on in here and check this out. I got my baster in there, and I'm gonna do a better job this time, you guys, watch. Let's see. All right, so you just pull it closed. Oops. You shut it quick, and then close it, and my sushi's in there. Now I'm going to just twist on the end. There we go. Make sure it locks into place pretty nicely, just like that. And then twist 5 times. Hey, Robert. Yes, it is sushi. Woohoo! Shrimp tempura is amazing. I deal with you. Rachel, thank you, Karen. Yes, Rachel Ray makes some delicious food, but I'm a big sushi fan, so I mean, this is the way I want to do it. Christine, I'm glad I'm making you hungry. I myself am getting hungry, especially smelling all this delicious fish in the comfort of my own home. I didn't even have to go to the office. Just got to stay at home, make some sushi. All right, so this time I'm gonna do a better job of making sure the end is tight, because last time you saw I kind of failed on the sushi front. All right, so the sushizi is locked and loaded. It's ready to go. Here, all I do, nope, don't pop it open yet. I'm just gonna open the end. Ah, that's better this time. All right, and I'm going to bazooka that sushi out. Oh yeah, see, this is what it's supposed to look like, you guys. Check this out. Can you see that on your camera? Right there. It's supposed to stick together like that, not the way I had it fall apart earlier. All right, closing it up. And I'm going to wet my fingers again, because that is the key. Making sure this sushi is looking good. All right. Nice and wet, so the nori sticks on there, makes it into a, oops, in theory a nice sushi roll, but I messed up. So there we go. Just add a little bit more water to get that nori to stick together, just like that. And then I'm gonna add it to my sushi stash over here. And if you look at my final ingredients over here with all my sushi rolls set up, you can see I have shoyu soy sauce ready to dip the sushi, should I desire to. And then I have wasabi and ginger to clean my palate in between my California rolls, my spicy tuna, all of those good things right here. So I'm gonna let you take a look at those while I grab my next session. Oh yes, so with the spicy tuna, you can use the shoyu if you want, but I prefer to use spicy mayo, like I showed you how to make that a little bit earlier. So when we get to eating that, we'll use that. The other thing that's really fun when you're having sushi, if you want to put in dry roasted sesame seeds. This one I got with some nori in it because it makes it taste better. And it's nice and salty, already roasted. Now these are great if you want to just pop it on the rice. And I think I'm going to do that in the salmon because salmon's coming up next. So excuse me while I just pop my bowl over here in the sink. Don't worry, Gavin's going to be cleaning this up after, not me. Right, Gavin?
Oh yeah.
Gavin, what is your favorite sushi? Will you share with our viewers?
Yeah. My favorite sushi is a crunchy garlic roll. Have you ever had that?
I haven't. Tell me about it.
I don't know what kind of roll the actual roll is, but the point is that it has really crunchy garlic bits on the top, and they're so delicious. They fry them in oil. They're little garlic bits. They're pretty good.
Ooh, that
keep
sounds really good.
Running into this light.
You want to show our viewers the light so they can see what the setup is in this kitchen? My kitchen is not this bright, although in my dreams it totally is. But check it out. So we have our light right here. We have one of our cameras above hanging. It's pretty fun to turn your house into a set. All right, so with my spicy tuna, it was a little bit messier than last time. Let me just hook that in there. But you can see it's still pretty easy to clean. All I'm gonna do is grab a paper towel and just wipe it out, because it's still got that nice oil on it from earlier. I oiled it before we got started today with the sushizi. And if you are like, whoa, this is so cool, I wanna go home, I wanna make my own sushi the way that I want to, I don't like your recipes, Kelly. That's okay. You can find this Sushi Bazooka over on newforyou.com. I will also post a blog a little bit later where you can see my recipes that I did today, my favorite stuff. You can also sign up for our newsletter over there, and that is going to give you all the latest and greatest stuff that we have, tips and tricks, sushi recipes, do-it-yourself tricks. I mean, a lot of beauty stuff, things to keep your heart healthy, all of those things right over on newforyou.com if you want to sign up for our newsletter, right over there. Those are sushi. Christine just said those are sushi burritos. Do you know why? It's because I am a huge fan of sushi and I love burritos. And if I'm gonna eat a meal, I want it to be full and hearty. So you're right, it is totally burrito status. All right, so we're gonna move into our salmon one. Now this is for those of you who are really into health. You wanna get as many veggies packed into your sushi as you possibly can. So let's take a look at the ingredients in our salmon one. If you look right here, you can see I've got my salmon, my avocado, cucumber, and this time I'm adding carrots because I want a little bit more sweetness since I didn't add the sugar to the rice. I want a little bit of zest, and it's just gonna make it overall taste a little bit better. So I wanted to add all of those into my sushi. Now, again with the fish, I like to add lemon to it just to sort of give it that acidity and burn off if there are anything that's in the sushi that's not necessarily great for your health. If there are any bad things, I want to get rid of them by adding lemon. So that is my salmon. You can see my workspace is turning into a bit of a mess, which is fun. I mean, if you're at home, you're making sushi, you don't want your kitchen to look all clean, right? I mean, that is just, it's not really the thing to do. You want to make a mess with your sushi. All right, so going back to the sushizi, I'm gonna make my third and final roll. It is salmon. Again, for you healthy people out there. And if you're watching with us, what is your favorite sushi roll? We got a couple. We got Jessie likes spicy tuna. Christine just loves sushi. She's hungry. And Gavin has told us about his, but I'm curious, what's yours? Because it's so much more fun when I hear what you guys like to make out there. Lots of good stuff happening. And in case you're wondering, I can see this feed, what we're doing, interacting together right now. I'm gonna go ahead and show you. It's over here by my nori. Check this out. We're able to see what's happening live with you right now. So as you are adding your comments, I'm able to talk right back to you. It's a little bit behind, but you know, it's there. So it's pretty neat. So go ahead and leave me a comment. I'll be able to reply right back to you right here on Facebook. Answer any questions that you have. Does anyone have any questions about the sushi bazooka, the sushizi? Because you can see it's pretty easy to use, easy to clean, makes life pretty simple. All right, so we have our rice in for round 3. Again, this is for those of you that are healthy eaters that just want to have all of your fresh food, your protein, your clean greens, all of that right in one. Now, sushi's also good because you're getting vitamin B12, you're getting vitamin D, you're getting those healthy omega-3s. I mean, you cannot go wrong. Now, another myth that you might have heard when you're talking about sushi is that you should add wasabi to your soy sauce for dipping at the end. Well, in fact, the wasabi sort of takes away the flavor of the sushi. So if the chef, in this case you, if you're trying to make a specific flavor happen with your sushi, then you may not want to add wasabi to your soy sauce because it'll just change the flavor of the sushi and maybe not give it the full effect that you were hoping for. So as I am putting mine in there, oh, hold on one second. Let's see what Allison said. Yes, if you don't like fish, you can bazooka other things. Just like Gitu was asking earlier, can you do cookie dough? I mean, why not? You can do it all. Why not be able to do everything? That's a lot of fun. All right, great. So we have our salmon in one half. We're gonna just add a little bit more salmon because I'm a big fan of fish. Yeah, Allison, I'm thinking of other things that you might like to put in there. Maybe you like, I'm trying to think, like a pureed, maybe you're trying to make a really beautiful chef's plate and you wanna put pureed chickpeas or something or on the bottom of your steak. How good does that sound? Like hummus and steak. But if you wanna do that, you could put the puree in here and shoot it out in a cool little circular thing on the side and have that really nice looking cylinder. I think that'd be neat. All right, so with my salmon, I'm just adding in my cucumber. As you can see, I love cucumber. It's in every single thing that I make. All right, and then I'm gonna add in carrots for that little pop of health. I also love these because of the colors. You're getting orange, you're getting green. It almost looks like a salad in a mix. Now, there is another myth that I'm gonna bust for you today, and I don't know if you're gonna like this one. If you go to a restaurant and you order sake, that's awesome for appetizers, but it's actually not meant to have with sushi. You're supposed to just have it during an appetizer. That's how they do it in Japan. So, I mean, if you want to be super official, have that sake before you eat your sushi. It'll also prepare you to love all the sushi all the more if you have a little bit of extra sake before you get going. Now we have our avocado going in, adding to that really green look in there. I'm actually gonna cut that avocado in half. It looks a little bit large. Cutting that in half right there. Oh, Sophie said you could do veggie rolls. That's a great idea. And Fred says, yum, looks good. Hey, Fred. Yeah, I know, I'm pretty excited. I wish I could share this with all of you, but unfortunately, Gavin and I are just gonna have to eat all the sushi. I know a couple people have asked us to bring it back to the office. I don't know if it's gonna make it that far. We'll see. It's the benefits of shooting at your own house. You can eat whatever you want. All right, I'm gonna wipe off my hands. And for this one, I told you could add sesame seeds if you want a little bit more crunch or a little bit more flavor. So I'm gonna do that to my salmon roll. So we're gonna have a super in-depth salmon roll right here. And I love making sushi at home because it lets me really be creative and try new things. I mean, this salmon roll only asked for salmon and cucumber, but why not add all the things that you love in there? So we are set up in our sushi. Just gonna clean off my workstation a little bit right here. If this were real life and I weren't live with you guys, my whole kitchen would be a disaster. I'd be throwing rice on the walls, but I'm just trying to, keep it together so that we don't have a huge rice cleanup festival after this. Okay, nice and clean. Now I do have one more cute Halloween costume to show you. If you were listening earlier and maybe you have a kid and you're thinking, oh, it'd be cool if we dressed up as a family. Do I have another one in there, Gavin? Are you seeing a picture? All right, let's take a look at this one. Oh, I think we saw this one earlier. Let's see if we have another one left. This one right here, we have our sushi chef. He's sleeping, he's got his mustache on. So if you have a baby and you're thinking, what should I do for a Halloween costume? How adorable is that? So cute. All right. Hey Fred, nice to have you here. Good afternoon. Just gonna shut my sushi and make our tuna as we go right here. Whoops, I overstuffed it. Now, that is possible to put too much sushi in. Christine was right when she said, I love sushi burritos, because I sure do. And, all right, so we have that nice and locked. I'm gonna lock my sushi in there. And I think, what would be fun for this last one? I think we should have Gavin do the honors. So I'm going to put my nori out, because that's the thing, right? When you're making sushi, you want to make it with friends, you want to make it fun. Everyone gets to pick what goes in there. Like Allison said, maybe she doesn't like fish. Maybe you have guests that prefer tuna versus salmon. Oh, then you want to be able to let them put whatever they want in there. Now, in case you notice it's because I forgot something when I was putting the sushi together, the sushi. All right, so we're gonna have to reopen. No big deal, just gonna reopen. Try that again. Can you guess what I forgot? Gavin, do you have any idea what I forgot?
Sesame sauce. Oh, the plunger.
The plunger! If you don't put the plunger in your sushi, you can't push the sushi out. I gotta back up, reopen the sushi, put in my plunger, and you can see it's not that big a deal. Just put it in. It didn't mess up anything. It just maybe made it a little bit looser this time around. And then, now I have my plunger in. Whoop. Now my hands are all wet. And I made a wreck. Isn't this how it really is when you're cooking in your kitchen? That's the fun of cooking at home. You get to just make an absolute disaster of yourself. The pump. Oh, hey, Raleigh. Sushi for lunch? Yes. That's a great idea. That's what we're gonna do. All right, I'm gonna let Gavin do the honors with the sushi this time. So let me just rinse my hand. We're gonna switch on over. And, oh, I forgot I have an apron. I can just do that. And Gavin's rinsing off his hands. We're just gonna leave this here for 1 second. You can see the sushi is locked and loaded, ready to go. All Gavin needs to do is twist it in there.
Twist it up here?
Yeah, hang on 1 sec. There we go. We got you on screen, Gavin. Hey.
Okay. I've never done this before, so I'm a little nervous right now, actually.
I kind of just threw him under the bus and put him in there.
You really did, and you overstuffed it.
I did.
So I have to turn this?
Yep, you just turn it to the right 5 times.
4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5.
And then,
I'm really nervous right now with the sushi.
I know, it's tough, huh?
Do I take this out? No.
All right, let's not do anything yet.
Okay.
Now, if you want to make it compact, because I did make a sushi burrito, just push the sushi plunger towards the end a little bit.
Okay. Light pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, I can feel it squishing in there. It's
All right.
definitely moving.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, and then just tighten it a little bit more. Maybe twist it to the right a little bit more.
Okay. All right, 3 twists.
Yeah, let's do. Why not?
4, 5 twists.
Sure, twist
Oh my
away.
God, we're going crazy. 6 twists. Is it gonna still be in there? I feel like I'm gonna push it out.
I mean, you might. We'll see.
Okay, can I take this
All right.
cap off?
Yep.
Is that the next
so
step?
now what we're going to do is take the cap off, and you're going to plunge the sushi onto the nori right here.
I start at the end?
Yep. Start at the end and just push it out just like that.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, wow. That was actually really easy. I thought that was going to be a lot more complicated. This part's going to be complicated. This wrapping part. I don't think do I dip my hands in this water?
Yep, so you're going to dip your hands in this really clean water that I've made super dirty.
Looks like a goldfish tank. Okay.
It does. All right, now you guys, if you are watching, this is actually Gavin's first time ever using the Sushizi.
Just roll it?
Yep, so have you ever made sushi in your life?
No. No. You're really throwing me under the bus here.
So Gavin has never made sushi in his whole life, but look at how perfect this roll is. So I think the secret is actually to overstuff it and make it a full-on burrito because it's sticking together so much better than mine was. So you are a true pro. Hey Daniel, thanks for joining us today. I'm so glad you like the split screen. We're super into it.
Okay,
All right.
I'm gonna turn it so I can...
Okay, wait 1 second. Let me pull that camera. All right, let's see what you got, Gav.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so you just roll the sushi in. Yep, just like that.
So far so good. Let me get rid of these extra rice bits.
Oh, they're good for flavor.
This is, I feel like it's gonna mess up my roll integrity. All right, and then you seal it with water, like sealing an envelope.
Yep.
Okay. I almost lost it there. Under, I've only seen you do this the times that we've been in here. Okay, can you like
There we go.
make it stay
Oops.
shut? Oh, okay, getting there.
Getting there.
Is this like closing an envelope, kind of?
It is kind of like closing an envelope. So you just wet your fingers, make sure it's nice and wet in there.
Okay.
Get the roll ready.
Get this more extra. Kelly, your cutting board has rice all over it.
It does. I wonder
It's
why.
getting all over my sushi burrito. All right.
It is a great way to make a sushi burrito, Daniel.
What is a sushi burrito? Like
I
a
mean-
really big roll?
What would you guys call a sushi burrito? I just would call it a really big roll. It's a whole lot of fun. Gavin is laughing. I mean, Gitu is giggling. She said, haha, Gavin.
Ha ha ha, Gitu.
Way to get her back. All right, so we are making our salmon roll. Now, here is the thing. We're going to go ahead and Gavin has everything ready to rock.
Yeah, I think it's totally sealed, except for that little bit.
Great. Yeah, you can just wet it a little bit more, put it in there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's done.
I'm going to call
This
it done,
feels
too.
to me. Yeah.
It feels done?
Thank you. That was amazing.
Yes, the easy way to make the sushizi. All right, so we're gonna switch over to this double camera again. Gavin and I are gonna switch spots. And we are gonna show you. So once you finish making the sushi, and again, if you are with us and you're like, oh my God, this is so cool. I wanna make sushi. I wanna get this sushi bazooka, the sushizi. Then you can head over to newforyou.com, sign up for our newsletter over there, get all kinds of great tips and tricks into your inbox about beauty, wellness, health, tech, all those good things right over there. And now, Gavin made he put me to shame. Gavin, you put me to shame. This is the best sushi roll that we have.
It was a team effort.
It was in the whole mix. Raleigh, thanks for going off to get I'm glad you're going off to get some sushi. If you were in our town right now, I would come over and bring you some sushi. All right, you can definitely pop by the office and grab some if you're ever down in Los Angeles. All right, so we have all of our sushi here. I am going to set it there so you can see it and sort of create a little space for us. After you finish making the sushi with the sushi bazooka, the next thing that you want to do is you want to let it sit in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes. And the refrigerator, there we go, team effort. All right, the refrigerator is important because that lets the nori really sort of soften into the meat that you've made. So we're not gonna cut Gavin's just yet, or the one that I made earlier. But before this show, I put together a California roll for you and a salmon roll, so we have those. Then we also have our healthy, spicy tuna, all of our sushi right here. And to eat with it, I want my wasabi. Here, I'll put the plate on this so you can see all of our sushi right here. I'll just keep pushing it around. I mean, why not? All right, so to eat our sushi. This first one is our salmon roll, and I just want to eat that with, oh, crab. Free crab. You get better with the sushi with time, or you just give it to Gavin and he makes the sushi work, because I was not as successful as him. All right, so serving our sushi, we have our soy sauce, our wasabi right there, and the spicy mayo I made for our tuna a little bit earlier. We have everything ready to rock. Now, since it is spicy, or excuse me, since the rice is sticky, we've got our sushi rice there, I'm gonna wet my knife, because you wanna make sure that your knife has a nice wet blade to it. And this is the one we used for making tuna earlier. So if you're somebody who doesn't really like mixing things, you may not wanna make your sushi like me, but this is how I do it. So I've got the knife nice and wet. You want to cut a piece of sushi on either end, just like this. Nice and clean on either end. And then I'm gonna wet my knife again just to make sure that that sticky rice doesn't stick too bad. Cut it in the middle. There we go. And then cut the rolls however big you like. I'm just gonna cut a nice little set of 6 rolls. So I have my salmon ready to go. I've got my salmon roll. Let's lay it out and make it look pretty. I mean, why not, right? So we have our salmon right here, ready to go. Now, if you're still with us, let me know, if I don't know yet, what is your favorite sushi? These are mine that I've shared with you today. You can add the crunchy roll on the outside. We've got our salmon there, ready to rock. I'm gonna cut one more for you because I know Gavin is going to want to dig in, and we gotta do that for you guys. All right, so chopping my ends off, making sure the sticky rice is let go. Cut it in the middle, and here we go. And if you do want to see this recipe, I'll put a link in this to a blog, and I'm going to write that blog a little bit later today, so you'll have it. And I will give you my favorite ways to make sushi. So I'll give you my recipes right there on newforyou.com. And so I'll put a link up. Again, I'll put a link in this description box so you can get to that later if you're interested in the sushi bazooka. That'll be good for you. And if you'd like to get this product, other beauty, tech, wellness products, you can get them over on newforyou.com, because that is what we do. We're a shopping website. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining us here on New For You. And for our last little bit, Gavin, would you like to do the honors?
This is all you.
This is all me.
This is your day.
I love sushi. This is my sushi day, and I so appreciate hanging out with you guys. All right, I'm gonna try out my California roll. Wow, look at that. The Sushizi made it, so it doesn't, you know when you go to a sushi restaurant and it sort of sometimes falls out? I can even hold it like this, and the rice doesn't, look at that. It's all about that sushi rice. I put the sticky rice in, make it nice and tight in the Sushizi, and then perfection. I like spicy sauce, so I'm doing the spicy mayo and the shoyu. This video is gonna end on me eating because I won't be able to talk to you after I put this in my mouth. So I just wanna say thanks for joining us live here on New For You. Check everything out, newforyou.com, and we'll see you soon. Bye. I'm eating this.
How's it taste?
Oh my God, is it live?
Oh yeah, we're still live.
You guys. I should always throw Gavin under the bus, shouldn't I? Because he just threw me under the bus. This is really good. But I'm not the classiest when it comes to eating sushi. All right. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. I'm really gonna eat this alone.